Calypso History Month, and I am Tammico, SpiceY. The month of October means more than just being the 10th month of the year. It's a big thing for Calypsonians to be able to celebrate Calypso History Month. The month of October was also the birth date of the mighty Shadow, Dr. McGarland Winston Bailey. So in this month of October, we're celebrating Dr. Winston Bailey. And today we're talking about Shadow-ology. So what is Shadow-ology? A couple years ago, Mr. McGarland Bailey, Shadow's son, did a tribute show for his father after he passed away. And he had to come up with a concept or name for the show. And the first instance, the first thing that came to mind was Shadow-ology. When I first heard the term, I thought it was something new, so I was all proud. Well, all right, Bailey invented a word. We didn't know that Shadow-ology already had a meaning. And let me read here for you. All right. So there's a Belgian artist who uses the term shadow-ology, and he says, shadow-ology is a humorous play of shadows that evokes a world of imagination. Today, we are giving shadow-ology a new meaning. Winston Bailey used shadow to evoke a world of imagination and make something new with his music, with his presence, with his lyrics, with his philosophy, with his personality, with his difference, with his style, with his madness, with his bass lines, and together we are saying all of that is from the school of Shadow-ology. And hence the term Shadow-ology will be used as the name for the concert to celebrate Winston Bailey's life every year. So we're looking forward to Shadow-ology Part 4 next year, because so far it has already been 3 years since McGarland Bailey has died. And I have with me right now Omari Ashby, a jump lecturer at UB, and you may know him as part of Kindred. Omari?
Hi, nice to be here.
Yes. For this segment, we are going to be talking about Shadow the Philosopher. So I have something that I want to read from the site kaisopridett.com. You can look it up, Google it, kaisopridett.com, and go and have a good read. Enjoy. It was written by SpiceY. So I'm going to start off by reading part of that writing. One of Shadow's favorite lines in any conversation relating to school or education was, I was bright, but them things I was teaching in school, I was way beyond that. Shadow had not spent much time in education system as he sang in the 77 release Jump Judges. When I break beach, myself I will teach. So when Shadow's cousin Sylvan gave an account of the many occasions that Shadow would watch the school in session from a mango tree on the hills in Les Coteaux, it came as no surprise. So, Story of Life, in my view, is evidence that this man was as bright as he claimed. Bright enough to simplify some of life's most difficult topics. Bright like a highly trained and dedicated teacher constructing a lesson plan. Bright like the most famous philosophy teachers, Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, Nietzsche, who tackle the topic of life and death. So I guess you would have understand from that point that the story of life we're talking about here, right? So Mary, what is your, and now I say Mary because we're personal, right? Mr. Ashby, so what is your take on story of life? You know Mr. Bailey for how many years?
Yeah, well, I know Dr. Bailey enough to call him Uncle Winston. And one of the things with you find with Shadow in general, and specifically with Story of Life, is that he distills the most complex topics to bite-sized, entertaining morsels that the average person can fully grasp. You know, and I think that is the key, because philosophy is really about understanding fundamental truths. And one thing that Shadow was able to do is really crystallize and endow his listening audience with the ability to understand sometimes subjects that would baffle the greatest of us.
And I think he would have been able to do that because he had a gift with the economy of words. Shadow could have said anything in 2 words. He would have given you the whole concept right around the world in 4 lines. You know, so he was able to do that, which would have helped to make him the great philosopher that he was, right?
Yeah.
Being able to express.
Yeah. And Shadow for me is one of the greatest modern day griots, storytellers. You speak about Story of Life. One of my favorite Shadow in terms of that was Sukuniya. And Sukuniya for me was such an interesting take on what was at the time a contemporary modern day health issue, much like what we're facing now. And one of the ideas was, he was dealing with HIV in that time, but one of the ideas was really, how do I get the message of this disease to the masses in a way that they could understand some of the complexities of it, and also the importance of getting tested. And so here is Shadow singing, using a folklore character, singing Sukuniya in trouble, vampire in trouble, slim thick girl in mini dress, a whole lot of blood, but no blood test.
Sukuniya in trouble, vampire in trouble. Watch me, Sukuniya. You can't touch me, Sukuniya.
And just in those lines, Shadow makes the common person understand, well, listen, this is the construct of this particular disease, and this is perhaps a way that you can tackle it, which is getting tested, dealing with all it can. And so, in my estimation, he would have succeeded in doing a PSA, a public service announcement, that anybody could take up and run and understand the significance of it. But also, when you were done, you would be left laughing, entertained, but most importantly, informed.
Yeah, most importantly. You know, when I think about the situation that we're in right now with the pandemic, my first thought was, what would Shadow be saying at this point in time in this situation?
And I would tell you, it would definitely be something that would be taken from an angle that we certainly would not think about.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely not.
And I mean, you pull almost any song from Shadow. Think about My Belief.
I believe in the stars and the dark.
I believe in the sun, in the daylight. I believe in the little children. You know, everybody is somebody. As someone who would go around to schools and speak to children, that song is one of the songs that I have leaned on very heavily, because it says everybody is somebody. Nobody is nobody. And it seems so simple, but it's so significant when you can allow young people and even older people to understand the value in this space. But that is what it is, eh? It is a lesson in your value as a human being. And in this time, in this space, in the context in which we exist, you know, as a nation who really is made up of different races, different people who came here, some of us were brought here, right? Some of us were brought here, and we all exist in this space. And our nation, Trinidad and Tobago, started out under very trying circumstances, and we rose above the idea of slavery and indentureship, all the troubles, and so we had to craft an identity for ourselves. And in doing so, the people that will help us do that is the artist. And one artist in particular who would have made that journey a little easier is Shadow. Shadow says to you, everybody is somebody.
And along with everybody is somebody, he also said, they tell me, don't walk with Jacob because Jacob does walk and shake up.
And
They
again,
tell me the man was stink with Toja, but that was Shadow's friend.
Yeah.
So he was not against the bullying thing either, you know, he never did like bully.
yes, and so even and look at how we treated with that. It was always, he wouldn't hit you with a hammer, you know. It was always a gentle, sometimes comedic view of something that makes you understand certain fundamental truths again in life. So when you say, listen, people are giving you advice, but you have to analyze the situation on your own and deal with it as such. And you mentioned economy in language, right? Shadow would take the serious things and deal with the most serious issues. He had a song
Looking
called
for one.
Looking for One,
is one of them.
Old Age, Scratch My Back from it, right?
Yes.
And so he kind of dealt with almost every stage of life, from the very young to becoming a older person, and he treated it with such wit, with such intelligence, but most of all because at the end of the day, Shadow was a Calypsonian, and everything else that a Calypsonian has to do, he must entertain.
Yes.
So imagine doing all of that and still coming on stage as almost a megawatt kind of entertainer, because anywhere Shadow went, we listening to him, but we also dancing to him.
Yeah.
And that is no easy feat, eh?
That is where the shadow features come in, but then we have another segment for that. So we can't talk about that yet, right? But that's where the shadow is coming in. Yeah?
So again, I am glad we got this opportunity to look at Shadow's work in terms of the lyrical contribution, in terms of his philosophical style, in terms of somebody who forced us to examine fundamental truths about ourselves, our surrounding, and the context in which we exist. Yeah?
Look out for more discussions on Calypso and our Calypsonians. Remember, we're in the month of October and this is Calypso History Month. Through Calypso, all stories are told.
Music sweet.